news, mate. What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Are you ready? It's time! Did you miss me?
Welcome back to another Thursday night software explorations. We're going to do some great work today. I was out for a few days. Still got some work done, but I wasn't able to live stream. But you know, we still have no days off. We are still running it up. Tonight is Thursday, July 25th. Can you believe that? We are already at the end of July already. It's like July just started. It's crazy out here. It is crazy out here how time is moving so fast now. It's like the older you get, the faster time goes by. But guess what? We are in it to win it. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are engineered to win. This is Software Explorations. We're going to be getting into some Jenkins, some live implementation of Jenkins on AWS EC2 instance. We got my guy in the building already, as they say in Texas already. We got Yakar saying, let's run it up. There's nothing else to do, Yakar. There is nothing else to do but to run it up. Welcome to the show, my guy, my brother, Yakar. We are here. We're going to get it. All right. So let's get into our agenda for tonight. Like we always like to do, let's do some housekeeping and, so gratitudes and some housekeeping, the show schedule. So first and foremost, I want to say a thank you to all of the subscribers, the new ones, the old ones, those that I talk to on a regular basis, those that I don't really get to interact with. I wish I would, but hey, whatever the case may be, I appreciate the support that you give.
I appreciate you.
We are on the brink of 1,400 subscribers, 1,400 subscribers. Yes, because like I said, guess what? There are no days off. We are working hard every single day to add value into your life. And I believe that adding value is the number one priority. All right. And by adding value, that is how we truly run it up. We don't look to the left. We don't look to the right. We look straight forward and we attack. We are going to win. All right. So with that being said, I want to say a big salute to the tech savages. That's my tech barbarians, those who are working so vehemently to learn and to grow, building applications, QA, all of that, the cloud engineering, all of that. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the tech prodigy. Shout out to the Patreon members, the technical explorers. Shout out to the YouTube members, the tech mercenaries. Yes, we are some mercenaries out here. And of course, never, ever forget, shout out to the bag chasers.
Money.
We are all bag chasers. We are out there to get that bag. Shout out to you all my tech savages out there. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's jump into the show schedule. But keep in mind, this is the general show schedule. Next week, there is no live shows. I take that back. I am going to be, and I'll probably stream it to my channel too, but the only live show next week is Monday morning. I'm going to do my best to, I'm going to be streaming. Hopefully I don't have any internet troubles, but I'm going to be streaming with Tech Niche Tips, with Joseph on Tech Niche Tips. I'm going to fill in for my guy Trey on Talk That Tech with Joseph and Trey. But instead, this time it's going to be with Joseph and Tech Coach Ralph. I got whenever they call my number, I'm like, hey, I am here to help you because we are growing together. We are all in this together in this tech space, from tech sales to QA to cloud engineering to cybersecurity. We don't miss. All right. Because
Ain't believing us.
but we believe in ourselves and I believe in you. All right. So, but let's get to the show schedule, right? So Sunday afternoons, we normally have our software explorations. We're going through Terraform. Monday and Wednesdays, we do our morning show, our coffee and kata, normally around 6:45, where we are working through our mobile app. We have to finish that update to the mobile app with the version upgrade for Android, right? No biggie. We're going to get that done before the end of August. And we're going to continue with our development, and we're going to get into more mobile development as well. All right. Tuesday nights, we have our Q&A. It was so heartbreaking to have to cancel Tuesday night, but I had a headache. I couldn't think. I wouldn't be able to speak for 2 hours thinking through this stuff. So I was like, you know what? We're going to cancel it. We're going to reconvene when we get back on August 6th. All right. So I will see you guys. And I am so sorry for having to cancel. I had some great questions lined up as well as interacting with you guys in the chat, but it is what it is. All right. Thursday nights, we have more software exploration. How about last Thursday night? How about we clap it up for last Thursday night? Where's my clapper? Where's my clapper for last Thursday? We had an amazing time working on AWS App Studio, if I must say so myself. All right. So if you are interested in AWS App Studio, if you're a business and you're looking to build an app internally, I would definitely recommend you check out the videos on AWS App Studio, as we did some amazing work with that. All right. So that's on Thursday nights, software explorations. Tonight we're doing our Jenkins on AWS EC2 via Docker. All right. And then Saturday mornings, we're going to have our show this Saturday. Right. The men lie. The men lie. Women lie. Numbers manipulate. That is where we review our weekly economic numbers about the job market, consumer sentiment index, consumer price index, producer price index, all of the housing information. We're going to be reviewing that this weekend. Definitely want to tune in. 9:15 a.m. on Saturday morning. Come check us out. We're learning together about this whole economy, co-hosted by my guy, Yakar and Mitch. We're the experts. I'm just walking us through the show. But if they have a topic they want to talk about, we're gonna pivot to that. All right. So that is our live show schedules. Let's jump to our pre-recorded content, which will still be released next week. All right. So Mondays, we have candid conversations. Yes, we do. This past Monday, I spoke about, I did my self-assessment mid-year review for the work that I've been doing for the first half of 2024. Go find out what rating I gave myself and how you can also do your own mid-year review. But I'm afraid that you might end up having to fall on need improvement if you are not running it up. If you are taking days off, then you definitely need improvement. All right. So that was our candid conversation. Wednesdays, yesterday, we have software explorations, concepts, and overviews. Yeah, last week we did our AWS App Studio. Yesterday, I released our introduction to Jenkins Part 1. So if you're not familiar with Jenkins, if you did not do your homework, right? You know, your summer homework coming into this stream, you might be a little lost. So I would highly recommend that after the show, if you haven't watched it yet, go watch the intro to Jenkins, get part 1 of it, see what it's all about. And then this will make a lot more sense. All right. And then Fridays, we have the bug bite. We are the exterminators because your car absolutely hates roaches. Bruh. Your car hates bugs as well. All right. So that's why we have the bug bite on Friday. So we can exterminate those pesky little bugs. All right. This week's bug bite, we're going to be talking about the CrowdStrike debacle. I'm going to be breaking it down from a QA engineer. I've seen a video from a Microsoft engineer or employee or something like that, but I haven't seen any videos from a QA engineer's perspective. I'm a senior QA engineer, 15 years in the game. I'm going to break it down, what I saw happen, and versus what we heard, and some testing protocols. And there's going to be some future videos about it as well, about the whole testing stuff around it. So you definitely want to tune in to that. All right. So that is our live shows, and then we have shorts as well as clips from the Q&A show, and we're going to be getting some clips from the other live streams that we do as well, coming very, very soon. But that is our pre-recorded content as well as our live streams. All right, we're going to get into the chat, and then we will get into our implementation. Let's keep up with the chat. All right, so we have in the... Oh, wait, let me get this off. Hold on. Struggle streaming. All right, there we go. So we got moving like I'm Aquaman. It's Aqua Blue Body. Welcome to the show, Mitch. And your car says, where is Ferris? That is a very, very good question. I have absolutely no idea, your car. I don't know. It's probably playing video games, probably working. He's probably getting some sleep because he's working like 5 jobs right now. The Caribbean in him is really, really coming out right now, right? He's working like 5 jobs right now, right? So he's probably trying to get some sleep before he gets to his next job, all right? And Mitch is looking like they fell off, looking like we held on. And your car says those roaches going across the screen was too much for me, and therefore we had to exterminate those bugs. No more bugs. You know what it reminded me of, your car? There was a commercial for like one of these pest control companies where they had roaches walking across the screen. And the elderly were throwing their shoes at the TV screen. They really were. Yep. So that's what it reminded me of. Anyways, let's get into the show. So this is what we're going to be doing tonight, right? This is pretty much the breakdown. When we get started, we are going to be creating a Amazon EC2 instance. We're going to be SSHing into that instance. We're going to follow the steps to install Docker on that EC2 instance. Then we're going to install Jenkins. We're going to configure Jenkins and see how far we can get from there, right? So this guide, I had followed it last year to make a video on how to install Docker on AWS, but we're going to go through it again. Oh my goodness. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, your car. Your car says his grandma broke her TV screen throwing her shoes at the Orkin commercial because they had roaches walking across the screen. That's terrible. That is terrible. Not cool. Not cool at all. All right. But it happens. So let's get to it. All right. So we're going to get started. We're going to, let me see. I'm going to jump into, let me see. Which one do I want to start off? All right, cool. So we're going to jump into AWS, and we shall get started. So we are inside of AWS. Let me start up our timer.
It's time to do.
Okay. So I'm going to go to EC2. And Mitch, how are you doing, by the way? How are you doing tonight, by the way, Mitch? I don't know if you heard my question earlier, but Mitch, here's a question.
Did you miss me?
And it's going to be an emphatic no, I suppose. But, I have to ask. So let's get to it. Let's go to instances, and we're going to go and launch an instance. And we're going to say a Linux instance, and we're going to do, to run Docker, we probably need something that's somewhat stronger. So let's go with, or let's give it a name. TCR Jenkins. Let's call it TCR Leroy Jenkins. How about that? All right, so we have that, and we're gonna do one of these. I think. Let's see. I'm gonna go with that. All right, cool. And let's do probably a medium will do it. Yeah, let's go with medium. I'm gonna tear it down once we're done anyways. Or not tear it down, but I'm gonna shut it off. All right, so key pair. I'm gonna be using an existing key pair that I have from a while ago. And let's see. Let me see what your cards are. Your card trying to get me run bell. Let's see. All right, so. So I don't even have those tiers that your card is talking about. But let's go with medium. And let's go to create a security group. Let's say we're going to do allow HTTP traffic. Let's say allow on SSH from my IP. And then we'll configure the security group later on so that we can actually get into it via the web. We're going to go with, let's go with 30. Disk space of 30. Sure. And I think that's everything. Let's go to anything else. I don't think I need any of this stuff. All right, let's launch it. Let's see what happens. All right. So this is pretty much how you're going to create your EC2 instance. You can create more than one if you need. We don't need more than one. We're just going to go with launch. All right, so initiated the launch. Let's go to instances. And we're going to do pending. Click on that, or click on view details. We got a public IP. Let's see here. All right, so I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go to opening up a terminal. We should have named it Roscoe Jenkins. Hey, I can still do that, Yakar. I can still do that. All right, here we go. Let's go to boom. Your wish is my command. There we go. Roscoe Jenkins. All right. Now we're going to go to, let me see here. Where did I have that again? That was All right, got it. So all right. Let's go here. And so I'm just going to put this here real quick. And to SSH, we're going to do, let me see if I can remember correctly. Although I have it on the tutorial, but SSH and it's going to be TCR and then EC2 -user at, and we're going to get this right here. I'm trying to see if I remember it correctly. I could be off. All right. So this is status check and initializing. So it's running. I think we're good. So let's go and we're going to go enter. And are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes, please. And we are in. So what I pretty much did was I had this certificate created from like last year, and I was able to reuse it to connect to this instance. Do I have a video for that? I think if you want to see how I created the certificate, and you can go watch the video where I pretty much what I'm doing now. We did it already in that video. I'm just following those steps again so that we can get Docker installed on AWS. All right. So this is the documentation that we'll be using. So we already did this part, SSH into here. Now we're gonna have to do let me just make sure Docker's not running. Nope. So sudo yum update, and we're gonna do a sudo yum search Docker, sudo yum info Docker, and it gives all the information, version 25. We're going to go ahead and install Docker. So we're going to do sudo yum install Docker. And so on AWS, the version of Linux they're using uses yum. Some versions use, or some Linux versions are going to be using apt-get. So it just depends on the one that you fall upon. Yukar, do you know which versions of Linux use the yum and which versions of Linux uses the apt-get commands? Anyways. So we're here. We have installed Docker. That was pretty fast. Let's keep going. And we're going to do sudo user mod -a-g Docker EC2 user. So what we're saying is add group membership for the default EC2 user so you can run all Docker commands without having to use sudo command, right? So that's going to just save us a lot of time. We got that. And we're going to say ID EC2 user. All right. And reload a new Linux user group assignment to Docker without logout. And say new grp Docker. All right. So do we need Docker Compose? We don't really need Docker Compose, but I like having Docker Compose. So I'm just gonna do it. Like we're still early. Like we're in good timing right now. So sudo yum install. Python 3-pip. Yes. And then sudo pip 3 install Docker Compose. And we're not going to use Docker Compose for this, I don't believe, but I know I just like having Docker Compose just in case we ever do need it. Let's see. Pip install user Docker Compose. Why that didn't work? All right, cool, that worked. Okay, so now we are going to enable Docker service at AMI boot time. So when the server starts up, it should automatically start up Docker write system CTL. And if you're interested in learning more about Docker, I have a playlist on the channel, which pretty much takes you through like different software explorations of Docker, like breaking down what Docker is, as well as some live implementation. I think I did it on Thanksgiving of last year for like how to use Docker, how to do different things in there. So very, very important tool. It's like whatever you do inside of software development, whether it's QA, whether it's software engineering, whatever it is, Docker is super, super important, right? So right now we're going to start the service for Docker. All right. All right. So now if I do Docker PS, see, Docker's running. Docker is running. So I don't think I need anything else from here. Yeah. We don't need anything else from here. I didn't do the Docker Compose part, but let me see. Let's check Docker Compose. Docker Compose is also running as well, but whatever. All right, cool. So we have got that part down. So the next step is we are going to be working on installing Jenkins via Docker, right? So next one up, install Jenkins using Docker. And this was created by L. Ofer Hatem, February of last year, 2023. All right. So, all right. So, I mean, you should know this already if you watched the video, but Jenkins is a popular open source tool for automating software development processes, and using Docker to install Jenkins has become a popular choice for many, many developers. I was using Jenkins on Docker since like maybe almost the past 6 to 8 years I've been doing this, and it is very, very convenient, to say the least, right? To manage it that way instead of having to install it on an actual computer that takes over your whole computer and stuff like that. Nope, not doing it. I won't go. All right. So with that being said, let's continue. This article, we will walk you through the steps of installing Jenkins using Docker. So prereqs, before you can install Jenkins using Docker, you will need to have the following: a system with Docker installed. We have that, and an active internet connection. So in this stream, we're using AWS EC2. When I am back and we have Excalibur, which is my new laptop, set up with a lot of memory, we will do this locally as well. So we can be able to run our CI/CD pipeline, like run our test through Jenkins from our local build that's running also locally in Docker. So we'll have multiple Docker images running at the same time so that we can truly experiment and experience running this stuff in a local environment. But we need to have a good, decent computer to do that, which when I get back, that's going to be one of our upcoming live streams. Okay. So keep that in mind. So for step one, we're going to pull the Jenkins image, right? So the first step in installing Jenkins using Docker is to pull the Jenkins image from the Docker Hub. You can do this by running this command. All right. So this will download the latest version of Jenkins image from the Docker Hub. So then we're going to have to start the Jenkins container, right? So let's go with, let's copy it. So let's go with this first. Let's clear this out. And we're going to say, let me scroll down this way. Let's get it right about here. All right. So Docker pull Jenkins / Jenkins. And like I said, if you're not familiar with Docker, it is so important that you learn Docker, because it allows you to do so much stuff. It frees so much time, right? It makes your life so much easier. It's like getting a template of software that it just gets everything ready for you, right? So we're pulling the image. And so right now it's pulling, extracting, everything's downloaded. All right, so it's downloaded and we have the image. Now, once you have your Jenkins image, you can start the container using the following command: docker run. So we're going to be running it on port 8080, and it's going to be doing something on port 50,000, and then it's going to set up a volume at in this path, and it's going to name it Jenkins/Jenkins. All right. So in this command, the P option maps port 8080 on the host to port 8080 in the container, and the port 50,000 on the host of port 50,000 in the container. The V option maps the host directory your/home to container directory /var/Jenkins home, which is used to store Jenkins data. All right. So let's go to see here. Let's go to here and let's do, should I do your.home? Let's do it as we'll just copy the command, see what happens. So, all right, so let's start this off, right? Wondering if I should do it as detached. We can let it run. It's no biggie. So docker run -p 8080. Or maybe if I do it detached, I can I'll do it like this, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it on port 80, and then we're going to map that into port 8080 so that we don't have to go into port 8080 when we're trying to access it. We can just go straight to the URL, to the public URL, and then we should be able to see it, right? So P and then 50.123 and then 50.123. V and your/home :var /var/Jenkins home /Jenkins/Jenkins. And that should do it. They didn't give it a name. So I want to give it a name. Let me see. Let's call it, let's name it Roscoe Jenkins. And let's go to enter. And it says warning, user missing permissions on Jenkins home, var Jenkins home. Let's see, your home. I think the problem was that your home can't touch. Var Jenkins copy reference permission denied. Cannot write to var Jenkins home copy reference volume permission. Let me see. Let's see. Your/home var Jenkins home. Let's do pwd. What path? So home EC2. So let's try. Home EC2 user/Roscoe Jenkins server. And okay, so let's get rid of the container then. Docker ps a, and we're gonna say docker rm Roscoe Jenkins. Docker ps. Let's try that command again, where we will Why is it can't touch that? Permission denied. Cannot
Lunch
write.
break. Lunch break.
I'll try with sudo. All right, when we get back, we'll try with sudo to see if sudo will allow it to be written. Not sure about that, but it is break time. It is break time. So I see that Ferris is in the chat. So let's go through the chat, and then I saw a question, and we didn't get to do our Q&A the other day. So I saw a question, and we're gonna go through it real quick, see what that's all about. All right, so let's go to the chat. Then we'll get to our. It's not a question; it's more of a topic, but it is what it is. So, your car says that Yum is just better for writing one line, and that dependency automatically running even in the third-party repos. Ah, okay, awesome. The more you know. Your car says, I'm excited to see what Excalibur can do, and Mitch, the hater, says, F that computer.
How dare you?
And your car asks, is it because it's an Apple? And Mitch says, affirmatively. And first is that you're handling security incidents. I'm telling you, Ferris has 10 jobs, right? Ferris has 10 jobs. Ferris is where engineers are taking thousands of databases down from bad code and finding it in a random repo with no user story. The life and time. You know what, Ferris? It would be a good show, a good series. The life and times of a cybersecurity analyst, featuring feisty Ferris after hours. I'm just saying. And Mitch says, but Ferris, we don't believe you. Wow, that's harsh. That is harsh. Ferris says, I'm not a fan of Apple either. I just want to see what Ralph can do with all that. So with all that RAM. Oh my goodness. You see, Ferris is getting feisty. Says, Mitch, I could care less. Although, at about 3 jobs ago, I was corrected that it's I couldn't. Yes, I couldn't care less. Because if you could care less, then you would care less. But if you couldn't care less, then you've meet the bottom level of caring, and there's not any less that you can care. So that's why it should be I couldn't care less. Right? But I got what you're saying, right? But Ferris says he couldn't care less about what Mitch is saying, what Mitch is believing or not believing.
Ain't believing us.
And Mitch says that your car should respectfully pause, right? Respectfully pause, right? And Ferris is reminding him of no Diddy. All right, so Mitch also says, please don't ever let me see you. You definitely getting jumped. I got my young boys for you. All right. There will be no threats in the chat. All right, no threats, because we don't do that over here. We don't do that. All right, we're civilized. We are civilized. We handle things like civilized humans, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a boxing MMA match. We're going to be you can do jiu-jitsu. You choose your martial arts, and then you can catch these hands, or Ferris can do some, I don't know, whatever martial arts or non-martial arts that Ferris knows. Maybe he throws some rocks. Who knows? I don't know. But no holds bar, cage match, Mitch and Ferris. Whoever gets out of the cage first is the winner. And that, my friend, is how we do it in the civilized environment. All right. So as long as we have a ring and everything like that. All right. So I'm just saying, I am just saying. And there was an interview. What? Mitch, drop the link to the interview. I think we can review that. We should review Mitch Ferris's interview. If that's is that a video? We should do it. We should review it. All right. Let's see. So, and your card says that Ferris is rightfully over there dealing with the aftermath of CrowdStrike. I heard people are getting the BitLocker screen of death.
Bruh.
It's hard out here. All right. So let's jump into this question and then we'll continue with the chat. Then we'll get back to it. All right. So let's go to right about here. So workplace professionalism. Shut the up. All right. So I came across them like, this is a good one. And this was written by an intern. You know how interns are. They're like trying to get some experience, trying to see how it works around the workplace. So this intern said, I started my first internship this summer and I'm curious, is it normal to curse in the workplace? I assume most people would act professionally. Well, that was an assumption, all right? But they all talk and joke like college students. Not that I care. A lot of conversations are shut the up in a joking way, or they will get off a call with someone from another department and say, what a idiot. Also, most people don't follow the dress code and will wear sandals or gym shoes. Is that normal as well? So I'm curious to hear about different work environments, right? So let's put a 5-minute on this one, all right? So where did it go? Hold on. Oh, there it goes. Something's missing. Give me a second. Let me see here. Here. And whatever. So I think that it does depend on the workplace, and it depends on who is the group of people who are talking to each other. But I'm going to say this, right? Whatever, especially as a intern, your first internship, graduating college, or I guess going to be graduating college at some point soon, right? Just because you see people are doing something, it doesn't mean that you have to follow or think it's the norm, or even if it is the norm, you don't have to follow in that, because you should have one goal, just one job. It should be to run it up. It should be in there to win. All right. So you want to put yourself in the very, very best position so that while they are saying shut the up or what a idiot, you are not participating in that. You want to focus on how you can always add value, how you can grow, how you can get into be professional at all times. Don't joke. Don't say inappropriate comments. Don't try to hit on your co-workers. Keep it above board at all times so that you can gain experience. You can maybe they like the way that you work and they bring you back. Dress appropriately, follow the dress code. If they think that, you're weird and stuff like that, I would rather be weird with money, right?
Money.
And the promotion, the title, instead of cool and broke. That's my thoughts behind it, where I'm like, we don't have to just because other people are doing it, right? And it might be totally normal for that workplace or for the group of people who are talking, but you never know. You never know who's watching you. You never know what they actually know about you. and what they're scoping you for, what your prospects are. So you might be trying to fit in with the cool kids, and then you say something that is inappropriate, and you might not even think it's inappropriate, and they might not think it's inappropriate, but they end up saying, someone hears it, and now you get reported, and as an intern at that, which makes it even worse, they're like, they call you into HR and say, hey, did you say this? This person heard you, and they felt offended by it, and now you are in a whole heap of trouble, and
congratulations, you played yourself.
So it is better that you just stay professional, above board at all time. You don't try to fit in, because a lot of times these jokes that you end up making, it just comes out because it's not that you agree with it, but you're just trying to egg along, trying to fit in, and it's truly, truly not worth it. So that's why I say that you stay professional at all times. And because, and there's been times that like, I'm just doing my job. I'm just doing what I do. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, the CEO will mention you. I'm like, the CEO, how does the CEO even know my, how does he even know my name? I feel like I'm at Cheers, going somewhere where everybody knows your name, So that is my thought behind it. Don't like, stay professional, stay classy, San Diego. All right. I'm just saying. All right. So that being said, let's move on from that. So let's continue with the chat, and then we're going to get back to work. So, Ferris said, nah, just other things for international business. CrowdStrike was not that much. Ooh, man, Ferris is feisty. Ferris, you gotta start that feisty Ferris channel, because you sound like you've been fighting.
Chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work.
You sound like you've been fighting demon software engineers, and you're like, you know what, Mitch, I do not have time for your foolishness tonight. So just go exit stage right.
Bruh.
I hear you, Ferris. I hear you. And as you go to take that, Mitch, and it says, learned something new. And Mitch says, I'm not worried one bit. I'm just gonna add, Mitch says, set that up. No, first one out of the cage, no holds bar. And you got to come in on a tank. Like, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin did that. I think that, I don't know, one of them did, or maybe it was actually it was actually.
Are you ready?
Florida, Cali, Jersey, OKC, wherever y'all want. Let's go. And says, throw rocks, bro, calling me do monkeys throw rocks? I never seen a monkey throw rocks. I'm just saying. All I know, my dad used to tell me when he was growing up in Haiti, his form of fighting was he would throw rocks. He would throw rocks at people. I don't know. You're from the Caribbean too, Ferris. Maybe not all Caribbeans are the same. I don't know. You, Ferris, you associated yourself with a monkey. Just saying. I am just saying. And Ferris says, I'll pass. Techo Drop will be trying to choke people out. He has a traveling mat to fight on. That is true. I do have a traveling mat to fight on. It's very heavy, but it is an inflatable jiu-jitsu mat, which you can also do judo on it as well. Probably wrestling too. But I do have a travel mat. And it says, sounds like Mitch. I don't know what sounds like Mitch, but probably the coworker. He's probably Mitch. You're probably being a bad influence on that intern. It says Gen Z work environment. The cursing is a Gen Z work environment, because I'm telling you, I've known some people who curse a lot too. And it says, welcome to post-COVID Gen Z. Fury at work is wild. Is the moment you follow, you're going to get fired if you're not in the inner circle. And Shakar says no. Oh my God, that's hilarious. You mean Kathy from accounting ain't hollering? Nope. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, right? Because it's gonna end up bad. I've seen it go bad so many times. It ain't worth it. All right. Like that's like shooting at 100 feet. Just trying to throw a Hail Mary. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it. All right. And Ferris says his feelings. Oh goodness, I'm not even gonna read Mitch's comment. And Yakar says, imagine if walls are listening all the time. They are because like if you've ever taken the training, like the harassment training and stuff like that, if you were talking to person A, right, about person B, and person B isn't offended by it, but person Z is offended by it, and they go report it, you can still get in trouble. So that's why you have to be very, very careful, because you're not trying to get caught up in none of this stuff, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Go do good work, make good money, go about your personal life, all right? Don't worry. Don't be following what everyone is doing, all right? You guys are so bad. And your car says, don't go with the small talk. Where'd you go? Don't go with small talk. Don't go with small talk. Just go with small talk. That'll get you caught up. Yep, it'll get you caught up. And that he deserves though. Message. Yep. And Mitch says, Ferris be real time. And Ferris says, nah, I'm just saying, nonchalantly, I don't know where the feisty is, but got nothing else to add to the point. I mean, just saying, you just get a little feisty sometimes. This is ninjas always making ninja moments. I'm just saying, all right? So that's what monkeys throw at you, right? I got you. And I'm not even trying. See, harassment only means you're ugly. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so, Ferris. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. It is not worth the risk. All right. That's dumb. You guys can either listen to Ferris or you can listen to me. If you want to preserve your career, stay with me. If you want to risk it all, if you want to risk it all, right? If you want to put it all on the line, go with Ferris. All right. I am just saying, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Go to work, do good work, make good money, go about your business. All right. That's my advice to you, young intern. You just go out there and win. All right. Go out there and win. No days off. Let's run it up, not run it down. All right. So let's get into our next segment of the show. Let's get to it.
Let's go!
So we're going back to our screen here, and let's get here. So we're getting a missing RW permissions on Jenkins home. Why is that? So I can try with sudo, but I don't think that's going to work, but let's see. If that doesn't work, then we will just Google it. All right, so okay, let's try that. And all right, so that's still happening. So let's Google it. See why that is happening. Warning, user missing. Let's copy that. Go to Google. Starting Jenkins container, however, encountering permissions issue. Let's see. The answer is Jenkins needs to create or use an existing Jenkins home directory. When Docker sees that Jenkins home volume is in your machine, doesn't exist, it will create it with your OSX user ID. If you create Jenkins home folder, you must stay within your current directory permissions and not change them. Docker running UID isn't the same. All right, so I think we just need to. All right, so mkdir, and we're gonna call that. Or maybe I can just let me try one more thing. If that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna. Let's go with that, and let's take out the sudo. I don't think we need the sudo. Bada bing, bada boom. So running it on AWS, we weren't able to use that that path to the folder. But if we just have the folder without it, then we should be good. All right. So we're gonna need this code right here. So, but before we do that, let's go back to our AWS. And if we were to try to go to, let me refresh this right here. Let's go to state running. And we're to try to go to this public DNS. It is not going to load. Pop quiz, why is it not going to load? So it's not going to load because our security group does not have port 80 open. So we're going to go to here. We're going to go find our security group. And we're going to go to security. Let's go to, you see, we only have it on port 22. So we're going to go here. And we're going to go to edit inbound rules. And we're going to say, we're going to add a rule for port 80, which is HTTP. And I'm going to say, allow it on all, right? Because I'm going to do something, right? Let's go here, save that. And now, if we go back over here and we cancel that, we refresh. Oops, paste that again, enter here. Now, would you look at that? Look at that, right? So now we are going to take this right here. Please copy the password for either location and paste it. We're going to go here and we're going to paste this in here. We're going to say continue. We're not going to save that. Or we're going to do the install suggested plugins. Things are installing and create the first admin user. Let's go with Tech Coach Ralph. And we're going to do a password of TCR live stream. Let's go with that. TCR live stream. Oops. Full name. Let's go with Tech Coach Ralph. Email, let's go with techcoachralph@gmail.com. And we're going to say save and continue. And we now have our Jenkins URL. So the Jenkins URL is used to provide the root URLs for absolute links to various Jenkins resources. That means this value is required for proper operations to many Jenkins features, including email notification, PR status updates, and build URL environment variables, provided the build steps The proposed default value is not saved and is generated from the current request, if possible. The best practice is to set this value to the URL that user is expected to use. This will avoid confusion when sharing or viewing links. So we're going to do save and finish. Jenkins is ready. Start Jenkins setup is complete. So start using Jenkins, right? And I'm going to do this. I am going to drop this link in the chat. I want to know if you are able to get to the Jenkins login page, all right? So, boom. Let me know if you can get to the login page. It doesn't matter because I'm gonna wipe this out anyways at the end of the stream. So I'm just curious to know, for those who are in the chat, let me know if you're able to actually get to that Jenkins login page, right? So what else do we have going on over here, right? So building on the built-in node can be a security issue. You should set up distributed builds. Maybe we'll set that up in the future, but let's go to manage Jenkins. So let me see what else we have on our agenda, right? So we're installed. And so let's go to configure. So let's see what else we can do here. Let's look at some plugins, right? Available plugins. Pipeline REST, Oracle, SSH server. Allow Jenkins to act as a Git server. I don't know if I want that. Maven integration. We're not using Java on this yet. Let's see. What else we got? Docker pipeline. You build and use Docker containers from pipelines. That's pretty cool. Let's see. HTML plugin HTML reports. Let's go ahead and put that one in there. Role-based authorization strategy. Subversion. Let's look for Node. Node.js. Node and label parameter, node iterator. Swarm plugin enables nodes to join a nearby Jenkins controller. Let's see, anything more specific to Node.js. All right, cool. So let's install these plugins. And this is done. So let me go to GitHub, see what projects that we have in here. So if we were to do let's see. Let's go to set up an agent. Node name. I don't know. I'll call this one Leroy Jenkins. Guess we'll have to do permanent. Remote directory. I don't know. Launch agent. So we're gonna have to look into this part a little bit more. Let's see. Keep this agent on his line as much as possible. A remote directory is so an agent needs to have a directory dedicated to Jenkins. Specify the path of the directory on the agent. It's best to use a absolute path, such as a var Jenkins. How do you know where? So maybe that's not the one that I need. Let's see. Building on a built-in. Okay, so we're going to be using the built-in node for now, at least. Let's see what it has set up for cloud. Plugin integrates Docker. There's Kubernetes. Look at that. Ferris Kubernetes. Amazon EC2. Let's put that in there. There's Azure. Let's put that in there. I don't see Google Cloud Platform. Allows to set up Macs as Jenkins agents. Interesting. AWS Lambda Cloud. AWS Cold Build. Let's see. Let's go with those for now, at least. All right, let's go back over here. Let's start setting up a job. Let's do orchestrates a long-running activity that can span multiple build agents, suitable for building pipelines, freestyle project. Let's see. Multi-branch pipeline. Let's go with freestyle for now. So let's call this PBQ. And we go here. Let's look around, see what's going on in here. So let's see. This project is parameterized. I don't think it's parameterized. So let's go with testing the PBQ GitHub repo in Jenkins, maybe? I don't know. Let's go with that. Let's see. So source would be Git, and let's go with, let me see which project. Let me see. Let me go with my repos. Let's go with, maybe I'll change the project. Let me see. There was automate form with data provider. Trying to see which project would be a cool one to pull in there. AI test. Let's go with, maybe I'll go with this one. I'd rather do it without any credentials, though. Do I have any public repos? Let me see. AI test challenge. No, I'm not doing the AI because that one cost. Let's go with. Let's try this one. Let's go with that one. Let's see. Or I can probably go with this one as actually. Let's go with this, and we're gonna go into here, and we're gonna say, drop that in here. There are no need for. I don't think we need the credentials because that's a public repo. Let me see. What are they asking me? The branch. So that was main. Repository browser. Let's go with auto. Build trigger remotely from scripts. GitHub hook triggering for. Let's leave that off for now. Build environment, delete workspace before build starts. Let's go at 3 minutes. No, I'll terminate myself. Let's see. Provide configuration file. Let's go with that. Add build step. And execute Node.js script. Let's go with that. And trying to remember, how did we kick off those Node.js scripts? I think it was, you can always navigate to it to see, but I think it was, we had some npx playwright maybe. So, all right, let's just keep going and we'll come back to it. Let's see. Let's save that. And if we need to go back to configure, and maybe we have to do, we have this, we have that. Let's go to the script. Let's go. All right, so let's do this. Run node script, or let's say run playwright on, not Jenkins, on, yeah, Jenkins, that's what we want. So let's see, continuous integration, playwright Python. This is Python, but whatever. So they have the pipeline code over here. We're not really doing the pipeline right now. Let's see. Let's see. How to run playwright tests. And all right, let's take a look at this one. Playwright installation. So to install playwright in the, so this, all right, so this is locally there. We already know how to do that. So we already have that. We already have that. So install Jenkins on Mac. I already have that. We have that. We have all that. We have all that. Have all of that. Install node from global configuration tool. All right, so let's take a look at that. Let's go to dashboard or save. Nope, not that. Looking for manage Jenkins tools, and let's say we're not doing that. Let's add node. Node.js. I think we're using node 20 because that's as high as AWS goes. I think 2012 point.
Lunch break! Lunch break!
Go with this one. I mean, let me see locally what we're using. All right, let's do another node dash version. Maybe it's 22. All right, I guess I can go with 22. Won't hurt. Let's go with 22. And all right, let's save that. Cool. All right, let's go to break. Let's go to break, second break up. Let's check the chat and then we will go to our break topic before we get into our last segment of the night. And there is no, let's see. So all that, Ferris said LOL, and your car said to Ferris, hashtag me too. Yep, so like I said, be careful out there, right? So let's get into our second break topic of tonight. Desperation leads to getting scammed, leads to you being a victim. So let's talk about it, right? Let's do up our 5 minutes. So I saw a video the other day, right, where a young man was talking about how he thinks he may have been scammed by giving too much information to a alleged recruiter, right? And just listening to the story, it was a bit strange. And like, the recruiter's like, oh, I want to verify that you're in the system. Let me get your social and all this type of stuff, your date of birth, all this type of stuff, right? And I think that once we start to get desperate, because this young man's been out of work for a few months now, and then once we start to get desperate, then we start making some risky decisions that it can end up not too well for us. And now, don't get me wrong, I don't know how true or not true the story is, but just speaking about it in general, because I've seen it happen in some other cases as well, right? Where a lot of people who are very, very desperate to land a position, that maybe they took a boot camp, maybe they went to college and they spent an egregious amount of money on student loans, and now they are drowning in debt, right? They're like, all right, I need to find something. I need to get something better. I'm not working, or I don't like the job that I have. So like they get reached out to, and they're like, all right, let's go do it. Let's go do it. One of the people that I'm working with, and it's like the job scams are crazy nowadays. I'm gonna tell you a story about a job scam that a friend of mine almost fell for, right? And it's so crazy. They got contacted. I don't know how, like maybe it was email or something like that, and they said, you know what? We're going to set up an interview on a Google Meet, not a Google Meet, on a Microsoft Teams call, Microsoft Teams. So they have the call, right? They have the call, but it was not a video call. Like they never saw the person's face. So then they're going throughout the whole process, and they say that you can work from home. We're going to give you the money to buy the equipment and stuff like that. But you have to buy it from our approved site, right? So they go through the whole process, and then they get the job, right? And then it's like, all right, now we're going to send you the check so that you can go ahead and purchase the equipment on our site. And I'm like, all right, that sounds weird. Why don't they just buy themselves and send you the equipment, right? And I'm, because they're trying to get into the tech space. I'm like talking to them, right? Somebody that I know personally. I see them almost every day. And now they get the check, and I think it was like an email check, not even a paper check. They get like an email or a picture of the check, and it says, all right, we need you to deposit this into your bank. And I'm like, yo, what is the company that's hiring you? He tells me the company name. And I'm like, well, why isn't the company name that's on the check? And so he asked them, they're like, well, the reason is because they are one of our sponsors, something like that. And I'm like, well, why on the check do they have it like they overwrote what was originally on the check? Like, it's like there's a check, a real check, a picture of a real paper check, but then they have the line where they have his name, like they typed it in there. I'm like, well, something isn't right. Something isn't right. So then they're like, all right, we need you to deposit this into your bank account, and then you're going to go and you're going to spend the money to buy your equipment, and we're going to ship it out to you on our site, right? Or on this particular site. I'm like, this is so fishy. So I'm like, you know what? Don't deposit it. Don't deposit the check. And then they're like, hey, did you deposit it? And he's like, oh no, I was trying to verify this and that and yada, yada, yada. And it was just a total mess. It was a total mess, a total scam. And then, so they asked him for a few more days, and then he gave them the runaround, and then they never contacted him again. They never contacted him again, right? And that's why I was like, you gotta be careful. And I've seen this happen tons of times, right? Another person that I know, they were looking for a job, and then they're like, oh, come and try this job. And then, when it sounds fishy, it probably is.
Get a move
So then,
on. Back to work. Chop, chop. Let's go. Come on. Get a move on. Back to work. Back to work. Back to work.
because then like you'll start to like research these companies, like, oh, is this a scam? And there's like all the people got scammed by it. Like, all right. Another thing. Someone had put a open to work banner on LinkedIn the other day, and like yesterday. And then as soon as they put it, somebody said, oh, you should try out this career advanced thing. They help you with your career, right? Where what they're going to do is, and they might have a cult following, right? I'm just saying, because I saw, like, I was looking on Reddit and there were some people who were defending it to the death. Yes, to the death. And pretty much the way that the structure work is, they will supposedly help you find a job, but they will take 10 to 20% of your salary for how long? I don't know. They do offer a free 2 weeks trial though, right? But I'm like, that's how, because it's quote unquote free, but for how long are they going to hold you hostage? For how long are they going to hold you hostage? Now, to be fair, when you work with recruiters, they do take a percentage of the pay as well, but that's something that you know up front. And as long as you're working under a recruiter, if it is a direct hire, then they get a percentage off the, like, right away. But it's like you're working directly for the company. If you're working under that recruiting firm, then that's who you negotiate with, and that is your choice to make. But for the idea of that, you're going to just consistently be paying 10 to 20% of your salary. That sounds a bit fishy to me. It's like, and I'm not even sure exactly what they're doing for you to be giving them that 10 to 20%, right? So that's what I'm wondering. They say they give you a mentor and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's weird. It is weird. So I'm just saying, be careful. Like, I know you might be a little desperate, but if you get scammed because you're desperate, then you will definitely be a victim, and it is not going to be good for you, because
Congratulations, you played yourself.
and we do not want to have that happen. All right. We don't want to have that happen. All right. So I'm just saying, if you haven't done so already, do me a bigger favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time that we go live and drop new content. All right. So let's get this off the screen. All right. So let's check the chat, and then we're going to get back to our last segment before we wrap it up for tonight. But we're doing some great work tonight. We're doing some great work. All right. So let's see where we are at. So Mitch said people need to stop putting their address on their resume. That is a fact. That deserves a message. Very true. Very true. And Car says the recruiter was trying to steal his identity. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Sucks. Never understood that. All they need to know is the country you're in on the resume. I don't think the country that I think the general area, like maybe the city or a location, because guess what? If it's just the country that you're in, then what if it's an on-site job? What if it's a hybrid job? Then like they're not gonna know. But I don't think, like, I agree with Mitch. You don't put your whole address, but you might want to put like the region that you're in, like what area you're in, because with just the country, they might not even look at it, right? Not all jobs are remote. Let's see. And the reason that people used to have their address on the resume is when they were applying in person, they would have their address, they would have their phone number, on their resume so that they can actually be contacted. Because back in the days, Ferris, before you were born, people had to actually have paper resumes, and they would go company to company and say, hey, I would like to fill out an application. I would like to leave you my resume. And then they would do that, and then they would get contacted back, maybe by mail, maybe by phone call, who knows, right? And that time you'd have to be, maybe you get a call on your landline so that you can have a conversation and you can be called in for an interview where you'd have to dress up with shoes and slacks or a skirt and a blouse, a blazer maybe, That's why Mitch says, take off the blazer, loosen up the tie. Superman is alive. Just saying, all right? And Mitch says, a recruiter asked me for my resume and didn't even tell me what the role was. Well, Mitch, you have to understand, you are incredible. They're like, you know what? Whatever the role is, Mitch can do it. A business number for $5 a month and never give your PII, your personal identification information. Is that what that stands for? Unless it's HR after everything is given. But on applications though, sometimes you have to give them, like, I don't remember. Let me see. Let's look up a job application real quick. Let me see. Let's go look for a job application. Let me go on LinkedIn real quick. Now I'm curious. You got me curious. If you are applying for a job, let's go to Ultimate UKG. Let's look for Ultimate Software, right? Let's go to UKG. And let's go to careers. And let's go to let's explore careers. And let's do let's see. This one. Let's go to apply. And how do you want to apply from device? Log in if you're already registered. I don't know if I'm registered. I don't think I'm registered to this. Yeah. That didn't work out too well. Let's see. Let me see if I can find anything else. I don't want the easy apply. Let me see. Let's go here. And let's go to QA. Let's see. I don't want easy apply. Because easy apply, they're not going to ask you for that info. Let's go here. PNC, Pittsburgh. Let's go to apply. Whatever. Let's go here. Let's go to apply now. So Workday. Let me see if I have a Workday account. Let's go here. Nope, that doesn't work. So let's do it. Suggest password. Whatever. Let's sign into that. Oh my God, I have to verify email too. Jesus. Let's go here. Let's go to here. See, Ferris got me going down this rabbit hole. Let me see. Verify. All right, I'm verified. Let's sign in. Apply manually. Legal name, address required, phone number is required, self-identity. So, like I was saying before the rabbit hole that I went down, is that these places, I'll change the password later. Anyways, like I was saying, these, I wasn't showing the screen anyways. I wasn't showing my screen. So, but I just went into, let me show the screen actually, right? So let's go here. So, they are asking you for your legal name, your address, your city, state, postal code, phone number, yada. So it's not when HR asks you after everything is done. It's actually when you're filling out the application. A lot of times you have to put all this information in when you're doing the application, all right? So, but as we can see, this is using Workday. So this is a legit source. This is a job application for PNC Bank that you could actually like. So it just you just have to be careful. You have to be careful, but this is legit, right? This is like they're gonna want this information before you even interview with anyone, because they need to get you intake your information in order to go through the whole process, right? So I am just saying, Tech Coach Ralph for the win. All right, let's see what else. All right, so we got that and everything under company expense, basic business knowledge. Poor guy, gal got cooked. Says, oh wow, this is sophisticated. They are doing a banking scam. Yup, that story was crazy. That story was crazy, right? Says, I don't want to get canceled, but hiring. But if the hiring person, Ferris, that's terrible. That is you should get canceled, Ferris. You gotta.
How dare you?
Terrible. And let's see, recruiters. If it's directly HM, then it's fine, but still have to look at the company page and really. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You are right about that. But yeah, yeah, like you don't like, if it's working with a recruiter, you don't send them all your information. But if you're applying directly onto the site, that's a different story. It says, I don't agree with 2 weeks ago. One of the best recruiters is black. You see, look at that. Let them know, Mitch. Let them know. We are doomed when the snow bunny's doing the scam. I mean, everybody scams. Everybody scams, right? I'm just saying. And it says, I put region. Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, you could put like New Jersey or, Jersey Shore, wherever your region is, Mitch. Like Jersey Shore, It says, I understand I'm like that too, though, with some things. Says, I use paper resumes. Remember, it sounded like I was born in 2000. I'm just saying, there is such thing as paper resumes, all right? Even back then, I only use country because reasoning is I'm willing to move anywhere in the country for the right job. I hear you, but they might not even consider it if that's all they get. So I'm just saying. Let's see. It says out there finessing the bag internationally. If a job asks for a social security number before chatting, then you're asking to be cooked. I'm just thinking. Some applications like this self-identify part, it probably asks for, or I'm not even showing the screen, but it probably asks for your social. I'm going to guess. Maybe at the end of the show, we'll go through this application process and we'll see what it's asking for. It says UKG just did some layoffs a week or two ago. Yep, I heard about it. I heard about that. And says I think it's best to be open to anything and filter rather than filter and catch nothing for months. That deserves a message. That is very, very true, Ferris. Very, very true. And it says, yeah, Workday isn't too bad. Workday, UKG, Paylocity, etc. For address, I use a PO box personally. Yeah, that works. That works too. And it says, I never put my address in applications. But Mitch, what if it looks like that? What are they saying? Your address is required. Your first and your last name is required. Your state, your zip code is required. All of that stuff. Your phone number is required as well. What do you do, Mitch? What do you say? I'm not applying for this company. What if PNC is offering you? What are they offering? So this PNC role, quality assurance lead. They don't have a price on there, do they? They don't. But let's say they're offering you like 200K. Are you not going to put your phone number or your address for 200K, Mitch? I'm just wondering, right? And to put the town, never the full address. Mitch is like PNC. Mitch, who do you like, Mitch? Who do you like? Says that they can accept me for who I am. They don't need the address. Oh my goodness, you're hilarious. All right. Anyways, let's get to our last segment. We're gonna keep messing around with this Jenkins, with our Roscoe Jenkins, and we're gonna go from there. Right. So it says, gotta do your research on PNC and Chase. Is the research going to be related to something happening to your people, or what is it? Just give me the TLDR. What's the TLDR, Mitch? What's the TLDR? All right. So let's get to our last 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
All right. So we're going back to Jenkins, and we go to our here. And we should have our Node.js installed, built in. No, that's not the one I want. Let's go to tools, or not. Yeah, tools. Have Git. We have our Node installations. Mitch, you're too funny, Mitch. You're too funny. And I'm gonna make sure I read the comment. Oh my god, that's too funny. All right. Anyways. Let Mitch have a little temper tantrum. This is Mitch right now.
I hate it here.
All right. Anyways, let's keep going. All right. So we have our node installed. Maybe we should add Docker too while we're at it. Let me see. Or not. Let's not do Docker. Let's not do Docker right now. All right. So we have that. Let's go back to our project. And let's go to PPQ. And let's configure. And we want to. So where is that article we're using? Let's go to this one. So we have Node installed. We have our GitHub. And set up the package.json. Ah, crap. Set up the package.json for test case execution in Jenkins. In the below screenshot, we are running the test case in the Chromium browser only. We probably don't have Chromium installed, but maybe we should install that. So we can probably just do a npx command for playwright test project Chromium. All right, set up the build in Jenkins to run the test case, npm run. Okay, so yeah, we can do npx. So we can do npm and then npx playwright. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do npm install. Let's go here and we're going to do npm install. And then we're just try npx playwright. And then we're going to do test. And then we're going to do, it's supposed to be 2 dashes. Yeah, that's what I thought. Dash project Chromium. So we might actually need to end up installing Chromium. All right. So we might have to end up installing Chromium on the Jenkins server, right? Sorry. So we have that set up to run the build. Once we enter the 2 commands, next step is run the build. And we shall see what happens. All right. So let's go back to here. Let's do a save. And let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure it's going to fail because we don't have Chromium installed on that. But let's see. It was able to. Maybe I need to go into the folder. Or no, maybe not. Let's see. So cloning for my recovery. So that's good. Fetching, good. All right. And then no such file or directory. Can I run the program node in directory? So there's no node. What is it trying to run? All right, node tmp. Run program node in directory. Why run program node? No such file or directory. Java. Execute node.js script marked build as failure. So let's go back to, but we did get something to run. It just failed miserably, but that's fine because that's how we learn. And that's how we iterate over what we're doing, you know, the agile methodology. So let's go here. Let's go to specify node.js or is there, let me see. Execute node.js script. Maybe that's not the one that we need. Let me see. If we go here and we choose execute shell, let's do execute shell. So let's go back over here. Move this next to this. Go back over here and let's get rid of this one. And we're going to do add build step, execute shell. And we're going to do npm install. Do we even have npm installed? That's a good question. Let's do npx playwright. Test project equals Chromium. And we're going to do build. And that failed again miserably. Console output. Let's see. Execute shell. All right. npm not found. All right. So let's see if we need to go and install npm. Let's go dashboard, manage. Let's go to Node.js installations. Where about npm? Let's go here. And we're going to do, not that one. Not that. Let's go to maybe plugins, maybe. pipeline, npm integration, npm and yarn wrapper steps, a convenience plugin for using npm. Yeah, all right, let's go to, where do we install npm on this? This is depending on it locally. All right, so let's say install npm on Jenkins. Node.js Jenkins plugin. So you can download the latest. All right. Node.js. Node.js. Let's see. All right, so we have npm installed, or we have Node installed, but installed. Node.js plugin. Oops. So then you go here and you can do global npm package to install. I don't see. So execute shell, node version, npm version, etc. Add build step, execute node. Let's see. Provide node and npm bin folder path. All right. Let's go back over here. And let's go to here, configure, and let's go back to let's look around. If we go to back to manage Jenkins, go to tools, and we look at our node again. Install automatically, global npm packages. Install from nodejs.org. We have that. Specify a list of packages to install globally. See npm installed as g. Know that. All right, global. Okay. I don't see. You can have multiple versions of Node. That's cool. So let's do this. We are going to go and we're going to do what they did over here. We're going to do the echo path, node version, all that good stuff, right? So we'll just see what's going on. So let's go to how they write it. Echo $. Let's just do echo $ path. Right? And let's see if that's going to pass at least. Save. Build. Yeah, so that passed. All right, so that's good. And if we look at the console output, all we have is the path right here. And next up, then you see how we can start to learn it by we don't have to do too much too fast, right? We can just do a little bit here, a little bit there. And now we do node dash dash version. Let's see if we get a version of node. And if we do, then that's a good thing as we're making progress. Configure. And we're going to do node dash dash version. Let's see if it finds that. And we're going to do another build. And that failed. So the question is that failed? So why is this failing then? It's because node is not found. So let's go and do a search for Jenkins node is not found. Let's go with Node.js not found. Let's see. So it's like Node isn't installed on this, but I wonder why. Let's go. I'm going to open up another. I wonder why Node isn't installed. It should be. We have it here. Node installation. Install automatically. It's the same thing, so that's not gonna do it. You go to system, global configs. Let's see, get plugin, shell. I don't see the node. That's weird. Why is node not picking up? So they say install automatically, install from node. After installing the plugin, go to global Jenkins configuration, Jenkins URL/configure. If you wish to install node from have that. For every node installation, you can choose to install global npm packages. Since 1.2.0 you could force installation. Oh, see, something's missing. It's not. It didn't actually. It doesn't look like it actually installed it because you see how you have delete installer, and you can also delete Node.js. So something is not. Let me see. don't know why it's not getting kicked off. Let me see. Let's go with, just try older version. Let's see. Let's see. Status. Let's go here. How do we get Node installed on this? It should have it. Let me see. It's looking for other stuff. Let's see. Discard all loaded memory. Maybe we just have to restart it, possibly. Nah. It is pretty cool that Jenkins does have a CLI. Let's go to back over here. Automatic, like it says it should be installed, so I'm a little confused about why it's not.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Oops. But yeah, it's kind of weird that it's not installing. Wait, provide. Oh, here we go. Provide node. All right, I think that might be it. Node.js. Let's do that real quick. Let's do save. Build now. Nope. But let's look at the build log though. Oh wait, it did it. It did it. Look at that. Why did it say that it failed then? Let me see. Well, how you like them apples? How you like them apples? So, I think we'll leave it at, well, I guess I'll do one more real quick. Let's go to, we can also do NPM version. Yeah, let's do NPM version. And then when we come back again for this, like maybe in 2 weeks, we will do we'll get it to run the test on the Jenkins server, right? So I'm going to do one more real quick. Let's go to here, configure, and we shall do npm version. And let's go ahead and build that. And if we go ahead and click on that and we go to console output, we have our version of Node and we have our version of NPM. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Let me check the chat and then we will wind the show down. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me as we went through Jenkins.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
It's checkout time, right? We got to go. So let's check the chat and then we'll get out of here, right? So let's see. Ferris says, I am the table. Yes, you are, Ferris. Know your worth, King. Know your worth, King. Kang. Know your worth, all right? And as Mitch had said, we have to do our research on PNC and Chase. And Mitch says, your car is the only person who understands me, who actually gets them. You get me, your car. Aww. That's so nice. That is so nice. Your car makes friends with everybody. Until you mentioned him in a chat on how he used to be hanging out with you and now he is there no more. And then your car gets he gets it. I'm saying don't make your car mad. Don't make your car mad, right? But Mitch says, you too, Ralph. Sick or not, you can still catch these hands. Well, Mitch, let's see if that's the case, right? Let me help you out real quick. Let me help you out real quick, Mitch. Let me see. Where is that? Where is that? Aw, shucks. Do we not have it anymore? Or is it this one? Put them up, Mitch. Put them up, Mitch. Put them up, Mitch. Put them up. What you got? What you got, Mitch? Put them up, Mitch. Put them up. Oh my goodness! I will tell, Mitch. I will tell you who sent that. Who found that for me? I'm not going to tell you who found it. Right? I will not tell you who. And let's see what else we got. It says, your car. See, I always try to be civil, but he brings out the worst. Oh my God. It says, don't let him trigger you, Mitch. Mitch, you can't be living in your fifis.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
Stay strong, brother. Justice for TT. Justice for TT. Justice for TT. If you don't know what that's from, that is from a very, very funny movie that I found it by Jason Whitlock. Fearless, where it was the movie Jones Plantation. The Jones Plantation. That was a funny movie. And Christ says, till this day, and it says, Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do. They are about to catch these hands. And Ferris wanted to see it. Oh my goodness. And it says, nobody want to see that. Telling Joe you got a pic of and hit the Cash App.
Thank you for your patronage.
It says, can't stand that guy. Who can't you stand? Who are we talking about? Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much for Oh, you can't stand Whitlock? Sometimes he's on, sometimes he's off. You know, he's not for everybody. But sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. But you know. But Mitch, can we say that, Mitch? You dislike more people than you like. Is that fair to say, Mitch? You dislike more people than you like. And your car says you must understand so you can understand, so you will overstand. That is way too much standing for me. You know, I'm just saying it's way too much standing, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, we are about to get out of here. It says, people always say, who do you? That's what we're wondering. That's what we're wondering, Mitch. Who do you like? All right, on the way out. Do you remember LL Cool J song? Who do you love? Are you there? I forgot how the lyrics go. I gotta look it up. Now I gotta look it up. LL Cool J. Who do you love? And Ferris, before LL Cool J was an actor, he was a musician. All right. Says, how does it go? Who do you love? I want to lounge it with you. Are you sure? Who do you love? Are you sure? Who do you love? Are you sure? That is the most basic chorus I've ever heard. Anyways, that's it. Mitch says, this is his last day here. Oh, come on, Mitch. Don't do that. And it says, before he was an actor, that was funny. I'm just saying. He's been, what? See, now you got me wondering. When did NCIS LA start? Started in 2009, right? Started in 2009. Let me see. What year was someone 26 born? 1994. All right, fair enough. All right, so Ferris was born in 1994. He would know. He would know that. But you know, I'm bad with math sometimes. Right? I'm bad with math. That's why I build so many calculators. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. It says, In the House was dope though. Do you remember? Oh yeah, I remember In the House. I do remember In the House. I forgot about that show, but yeah, he was in that show with let me see. Wasn't she yeah, the Kim Waynes was in there. Yeah, I remember. And Maya Campbell. Who was Maya Campbell? Oh, Maya Campbell. Anyway, all right. We're getting distracted. All right. Anyways, we're going to get out of here. We are going to get out of here. Everybody forget. Yeah, I did forget that show. Is it like, it was around the time of Moesha, wasn't it? See, Mitch got me going off on tangents. Now I got to see when Moesha came out. Moesha was 19. Yeah, so I think Moesha kind of overtook In the House, but whatever. It was alright. Moesha was alright. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. So, Mitch said that this is his last day here, so let's all wish Mitch a goodbye. But for the night, because we will see you, Mitch. We'll talk to you on Saturday morning. Men lie, women lie, numbers manipulate show. Yeah. See you Saturday morning. Remember, next week, no live shows, except I will be co-hosting with Tech Niche Tips on Saturday, on Monday morning. I'll be co-hosting. Our guy Trey is out handling some family business, so I will be helping co-host the show. I will do my best. Hopefully I do, don't let him down, right? So, let's get, it says, well, like whatever you say. See you Saturday morning, right? Anyways, out of here. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. TechCoachRalph.dev, join the Patreon, get some coaching, all that good stuff. Check out the merch. Whatever you need, you can have whatever you like, right? Can't wait. It says can't wait for Monday. I won't even be in town in the studio, so it's gonna be something. All right. Anyways, we're out of here. Yakar, Ferris, Mitch, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.
I appreciate you.
I will see you guys on Saturday. Remember, we have the Bug Bite tomorrow, CrowdStrike edition. Let's get a QA engineer's perspective. But on that note, we gotta ask. It's been a fun night. So the question is,
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
I had so much fun working with Jenkins and figuring it out. Node. We are so close. We're so close. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it done. I'll be back live in two Thursdays from now, where we'll be keep going and so much more to come. All right. And you already know. Mitch already said it.
One more thing. Price of the brick going up.
The price of the brick is going up as always. But on that note, we are out of here. Have a wonderful night.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again. Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
You should know your role and shut your mouth!